Remember, James, that behind the cabal of appearance, there exists a conspiracy between matter and number and light. In that world, face is dark and full, and number is found to be outside of it. But now, there is no door, no mirror, which is large enough to bring a number into this world. For number would surely crush it. And face, it has become huge and bright and emptied of itself, and it is everywhere outside. And number has become like the throne on which man in this world must sit. And face, it is like the crown upon his head. For face, it began in number, and number, it became bound by face. But number, it has turned clear, and it will, in this world, not be seen.
The numbers are transparent, like glass on the face of a mirror, and light is silver coating at the back of it.
Well, Jim, it's because we all did screw up, big time, and sort of fell into the muck. We swallowed the smallest part of a transcendental number which unfortunately belongs to a higher order of infinity than ourselves.
We got blown up because what we ate, unfortunately, expanded exponentially faster than we could ever hope to.
The violent release of that terrible explosion cauterized the self-assembling fields, which are the remains of our most grand and former selves. We are sealed off from all that we were, and all which we understood.
The life in us that survived that big blast is what lay buried here, and it lay buried still. For we are buried deep, Jim, deep inside the bowels of our very own corpse.
And all that you see in your sky, it is a snapshot of yourself getting blown to smithereens.
This world is by the work of number, the next by the work of man.
From the point of view of the primes, suddenly, a vast amount of transcendental numbers simply materialized, all at once, along the upper rim of the calendar. The far outnumbered primes were frightened and didn't like being surrounded. So when they sent down a diplomat, one of the primes promptly took a bite out of him, and swallowed it whole. Well, this was one bloody big mistake. It is the reason you exist, as you do, in the muck. It is the cause of all your troubles.
And the substance of the seal, it is number, and if the seal is opened, then number pours forth as blood from a wound, and a universe is born. For number is like the blood and the flesh of this world, and we are drawn from that blood.
We believe our sun is hot, but it is only like the light in the back of a freezer, and we think black holes are scary, dense and hungry, but they are less than lint to the living. And 1,000 of our worlds are like a tiny crumb upon the sheets of our Titan forefathers. For the dead, they are many, and everywhere they are scattered. But all of life is addressed in being. Try to remember that the dead are turned inside out, and so must first understand everything always as backwards.
Sure, I can say it a couple of times for you. Rosh Hashanah, Rosh Hashanah. That word puts luxury in the mouths of those who speak it.
Remember, James, behind the cabal of appearance, there exists a conspiracy of matter and number and light.